Kent, the thing about that's a good question. The thing about what I learned is, I learned it from a position of not being the best. Growing up in my little town in Madill, Oklahoma, I was never the fastest. I was not the strongest, and I was not the toughest. And so when you grow up in that situation, you have to fight every day. And being from a little small town, I was, after doing some research on the books, growing up, you don't really realize it. But in our little corner of the world called All Mill Hill, that was probably only 30 families. So you look at 30 families and you break down the demographics in age groups. When you went out to do something, you had 10-year-olds all the way to 21-year-olds in the same competition. And we competed every day, every season. We competed in baseball. We competed in marble. We competed at tops. We boxed. We played basketball with the bicycle rim. Found a piece of gravel that was empty down by the railroad tracks. And we tacked a bicycle rim that the tire tube had come off of up on top of the telephone post. And that's where we played basketball. That's where I learned to play basketball, on that gravel. On that gravel with the telephone post and that bicycle. Now you want to make a shot, and that bicycle tire thing is just waving around. You got to be pretty good to time it just right. But we'd go down, and some of the greatest battles you've ever seen would come out of that. Matter of fact, Leonard Fitzgerald, who I mentioned in the book, we called him Scroopy. He had one eye that would look at the North Star, and the other eye would look at the South Pole. And you never knew where he was going to throw the basketball, but he learned to dribble and to pass from that little plot of gravel up on All Mill Hill. And in the end, he was the first African American to play on the Madill High School basketball team, and they won a state championship that year. So you can learn things from just about anywhere and anyhow. So
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely right. So from Madill, you went to Southeast Oklahoma State?
Yes, sir. Yep.
And played football, and ran track?
I played football and ran track. Yes, sir, I did. In Southeastern Oklahoma State University today, they switched in 1974 from Southeastern State College. And I'll say this, it's not a badge of honor, but it will give people a little bit of a marker because he's a lot more famous than I am. Two people that went to school at Southeastern that I was there at that time was Dennis Rodman,